He's paralyzed from the neck down. He got 2 tubes in his throat. He's handcuffed to the bed. It's confirmed. We got it from a nurse working in the hospital.
Rumors started going wild that NBA YoungBoy had people ready to spin non-stop, all connected to what went down with NBA Ben 10. And then his own brother jumped on live and basically confirmed that same energy without holding back. You heard that right. Every word came straight from him. This wasn't music, not a lyric, not one of those clean interviews where every sentence gets checked first. This was raw emotion. Straight up, this was YoungBoy's brother going live with zero filter, no label guiding him, nobody telling him what to say or how to say it.
He can't have visitors except his mom. His sisters got banned from the hospital because they was acting a fool.
Nothing stood in his way except that phone screen. Just a man reacting in real time after seeing his brother's closest partner get shot inside a Houston restaurant. No edits, no script, just feelings spilling out exactly how they hit him in that moment. And the internet froze because people didn't know how to handle something that real. When you really break down what he said line by line, it doesn't sound random at all. It's grief and anger crashing together at full speed. You can hear him trying to carry both at once, and it's messy, it's intense, but it's human. The streets heard every word loud and clear. This situation, from April 8th at that Houston restaurant, to the viral clip, to everything unfolding right now, runs way deeper than what blogs are putting out. This isn't surface-level drama, not even close. It's layered, complicated, and heavy in a way most people don't fully see. To really understand what Bo said on that live, you have to know who NBA Ben 10 really was to that circle. Not the headlines, not the watered-down versions, but the truth behind it. Blogs tried to paint him like he was just some affiliate, just somebody in the background, and that couldn't be further off.
He previously has said this.
Hey, make this go viral, y'all, because I'm on some real shit right now. Just think, if y'all want the murder rate to go fucking down, why y'all on this make a fucking state for straight grave niggas, straight hitters, and let us just kill each other?
Ben 10, real name Ben Anthony Fields, 26, from Baton Rouge, wasn't just around. He was part of the foundation. This was family, a close cousin, someone who was there before the fame, before the plaques, before the sold-out shows. He was there when YoungBoy was still grinding, still building everything from nothing. He was showing up in videos, helping shape content, staying active in the movement because he was really living that life too. This wasn't hired help, not somebody who popped in after success hit. He was there from day one, locked in from the start. And if you need proof of how deep that bond really went, look at what resurfaced after the shooting. An old message from YoungBoy about Ben 10 started making rounds again, and this time, it hit completely different. He spoke about Ben 10's daughter, saying he hadn't even had the chance to see her yet, and it was weighing heavy on him. He said her father was out in the streets, and if anything ever happened, he would step in and take care of her. Read that again. That's not how someone talks about a business partner. That's not how you speak on somebody who's just on payroll. That's family talk. That's real responsibility, real loyalty, the kind you don't fake. And then, in 2025, reports came out saying YoungBoy gifted Ben 10 $250,000. Not a deal, not an advance, not tied to business at all, just a straight gift. That alone tells you everything about how deep that relationship ran. So when news broke that Ben 10 got shot inside Confessions in Houston, this wasn't the industry losing someone in the background. This hit the core of YoungBoy's circle in a serious way. And anybody who understood that connection already knew why the reaction came out so raw, so emotional, and completely unfiltered. Now here's what a lot of people are missing. Ben 10 wasn't just tied to YoungBoy. He was building his own name too, and it was moving fast. His Instagram at M10X crossed over 1 million followers. He had his slime design clothing line going strong. He was shooting videos, directing, creating content, and building a brand that was starting to stand on its own.
Let us just go dumb, you heard me? And if the other ones kill outside of the state lines, the government get to kill them or kill y'all. Like, if the ones won't bang you, won't bang for us all.
His track Play With Me connected with younger fans and showed his personal style. You could hear that Baton Rouge influence, but he brought his own edge, his own energy that made people pay attention. He was moving like a smart creator, turning authenticity into a real business without losing what made him real in the first place. Social media, merch, music, visuals, everything was lining up into something solid. And on top of all that, he was doing it as a father too, raising his sons and showing that side often. When Ben posted about them, it was clear everything he was building had a purpose behind it. Not just clout, not just attention. That's who was inside Confessions on April 8th. Not just a name connected to someone bigger, but a creator, a father, a businessman, and a key piece in a powerful circle. Now let's get into what really went down that night, because what got reported barely scratched the surface of what actually happened. April 8th, 2026, late night in Houston. Upper Kirby, one of the city's busiest and more upscale areas, full of restaurants, lounges, and people out enjoying themselves. Not the kind of place where you expect violence to explode like that. Confessions, a restaurant and lounge known for its high-profile crowd and strong reputation. This is the type of spot built on status, image, and being seen. Ben 10 had been there for hours earlier that night, even posting on Instagram with OG33, YoungBoy's manager, and a key figure in the Never Broke Again circle. Everything looked normal, calm, nothing out of place. But around 11:30 p.m., everything flipped fast. According to Houston Police Lieutenant R. Wilkins, investigators started piecing together the timeline using surveillance footage and witness statements, and what they found paints a tense picture. A suspect got into a confrontation, and what sparked it appeared to be a chain-snatching attempt. This didn't look random at all. It felt targeted, like someone knew exactly who they were stepping to. The situation escalated quickly, turning into a fight that lasted around 30 seconds to a minute. The suspect was forced to the ground at one point, and during that chaos, chains may have come off in the struggle. Then suddenly, everything turned dangerous. The suspect pulled out a hidden firearm and started shooting inside a packed space. There were around 20 to 30 people in that area, and panic hit instantly as shots rang out. 2 people were struck. One suffered multiple gunshot wounds to the torso, while another was hit in the arms and lower body. Both were rushed to the hospital in critical condition, and the situation was immediately life-threatening. The one hit multiple times in the torso. That was Ben 10. Out of everyone in that room, he took the worst of it. He was fighting for his life as they rushed him out, and the reality of it hit heavy for anyone who understood how serious those injuries are. And before confirmed details could even settle, social media already started running wild. Posts began spreading fast, claiming he had passed, no confirmation, no facts, just pure chaos and speculation taking over timelines. Then OG33's mother, OG Monique, stepped in and shut all of it down with one clear message. She said, 10 is alert, stop the made-up stories. Simple and direct, but it cut through the noise instantly. That one post stopped the panic and gave people something real to hold on to. It confirmed what everyone needed to hear in that moment. He was alive. But let's not twist that. Alive does not mean okay. Multiple gunshot wounds to the torso is extremely serious, life-altering serious, and everybody close to the situation understood that right away. And while all of this was still unfolding, while police were still investigating, while updates were still coming in, Bo went live. And what he said in that moment hit different, raw and heavy in a way people couldn't ignore. He told people straight up to make it go viral. He started talking about how everything has changed, how situations like this don't stay small anymore. They turn into federal cases fast. He spoke on how the streets don't operate the same way now because surveillance, laws, and technology have shifted the whole game. And then he said it plain, I love to bang. I'm back on that type of stuff. That line right there changed the whole tone instantly, because now it wasn't just grief talking. It sounded like escalation, and people caught that immediately. But if you really listen, he wasn't just speaking out of emotion. He was pointing out a real shift in how things move today. Situations that used to stay local now get picked up on a federal level. Cases turn bigger, faster, and way more serious than before. RICO charges, long sentences, investigations that don't stop. Things that might have been handled quietly years ago now bring major attention almost instantly. That frustration is real, and a lot of people understand that feeling. But when he said he's back on that, it raised the pressure heavy. Now people aren't just reacting. They're watching closely, wondering what happens next and how far this could go. The clip blew up fast, hitting over 122,000 views in no time. Comments flooded in, and people weren't just watching for entertainment. They were breaking down every word, every tone, every pause. One question kept coming up over and over. Who pulled the trigger? Houston police confirmed they had surveillance footage. Witnesses were cooperating, and investigators made it clear they were confident they could identify the shooter. But no official name came out right away, and that left space for the internet to start guessing. Then a name started circulating online. Reports claimed All-Star Jr. was hinting at involvement, but nothing was confirmed by law enforcement at all. Still, once a name hits the internet, it spreads fast whether it's true or not. It becomes part of the story instantly, and people start running with it. That's how things move now. What is confirmed is that police had strong evidence, multiple witnesses, and an active investigation building behind the scenes. And the way everything played out made it feel targeted, not random at all. The streets started connecting their own dots before any official answers dropped. And right in the middle of all that tension, an injured victim, no confirmed suspect, emotions running high. Bo's Live added even more intensity to an already explosive situation. But here's what a lot of people aren't really thinking about. YoungBoy hasn't said a single word. No post, no story, no statement, nothing. And people are trying to twist that silence into something negative, like he doesn't care about what happened to his own cousin. But that take misses the bigger picture completely once you actually look at everything he's dealt with over the past few years. This is someone who spent nearly 2 years in federal custody over gun charges. Someone who got pardoned in 2025 and then had to rebuild everything carefully from the ground up. Every move, every word, every public appearance had to be calculated in a serious way. He already knows how this goes. Anything he says out loud can get picked apart, twisted, and turned into something bigger in court or in the media. That's not just talk. That's something he's already lived through. And don't forget, he gave Ben $250,000 as a gift. He's already said publicly that he would take care of Ben 10's family if anything ever happened. That bond is documented and real, no questions there. So the relationship isn't what people should be questioning. The real question is, what can he even say right now without it being used against him later? And the honest answer is not much, because in his position, every word becomes evidence to somebody. Every sentence can be flipped into a narrative that works against him. So instead, Bo spoke, and that wasn't random at all. That's how family moves when pressure is high. When one person can't speak freely, someone else steps in and carries that weight for them. Bo said everything YoungBoy couldn't say out loud, and the people who needed to hear it, they heard it loud and clear. Now zoom out for a second, because this situation isn't just about one night in Houston. This is bigger than that. This is about where hip-hop stands in 2026, right at the intersection of street life, content creation, federal law, and social media, all colliding at once. Ben 10 wasn't just connected to fame, he was building his own lane for real. Music, merch, content, visuals. He was putting in work across the board. Over 1 million followers, a clothing line, growing influence, all moving in the right direction. And still, the streets caught up to him in an upscale restaurant on what should have been a normal night. That's the harsh reality a lot of people from that environment face. You can level up, build something legit, and try to move different. But your past, your connections, your history, it doesn't just disappear like that. It can show up anywhere, anytime. Because it's not only about where you are now, it's also about where you came from. Bo's Live gave a voice to that frustration. It wasn't clean, it wasn't polished, but it was real in a way you can't fake. That's what grief actually sounds like when it hits hard. That's what anger sounds like when it has nowhere to go. And the reactions online, that's real too. People saying they hope he's not serious, telling others to stay safe, even warning that this summer could turn dangerous. That's not just random talk. That's people recognizing how quickly situations like this can escalate when emotions, history, and attention all collide at the same time. That's people recognizing patterns. Because when tension rises this publicly, it doesn't just stay in one place. It spreads fast. Artists in similar spaces, people in the same cities, everyone starts to feel it. The energy shifts, and you can't ignore that. Hip-hop has always processed pain like this through expression. Through music, through raw moments, through lives where nothing is filtered and everything comes out exactly how it feels. That's part of the culture, and it needs to be understood, not just turned into headlines for clicks. So here's where everything stands right now. NBA Ben 10, 26 years old, a father, a creator, a businessman, and a key part of a major circle, is in the hospital recovering after being shot multiple times on April 8, 2026, inside a Houston restaurant. As of now, no shooter has been publicly identified or charged. The investigation is still active, and there are still more questions than answers. YoungBoy has remained completely silent. No posts, no statements, nothing at all. And then you have Bo, who went live and said, "I love to bang, I'm back on that type of stuff." Words that shook the internet and instantly raised the intensity around everything. Right now, everybody is watching. The streets, the fans, the media, law enforcement, all eyes are locked in, waiting to see what happens next. But above everything else, one fact stands out the most. Ben 10 survived that night. He was alert, he was conscious, he's still here, and that matters more than anything else right now. But let's keep it real. This situation is far from over. The questions are still there. The emotions are still high. Nothing has been fully resolved, and the person responsible is still out there. The investigation is ongoing, and the tension inside that circle is still very real. You can feel it building, even from the outside. This summer is going to say a lot about how everything unfolds. That's not even a question. At the end of the day, the most important thing is that people move smart, because decisions made in emotional moments can't be taken back. Once something happens, there's no undo button. Ben 10 has 2 sons who need him. His family needs him. That circle needs its people standing strong and present. Making it to tomorrow, that's real strength. That's what actually matters when everything else gets stripped away. Now let me know what you think about all this. When you really listened to that clip, what did you hear in it? Was it just emotion, or was there something deeper behind those words? And what do you think this summer is going to look like for that circle? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this so more people can really understand what's going on. I'm staying locked in on this story heavy, and I'll be back with updates the moment anything new drops. Stay sharp and stay safe out there. But there's another angle to this situation that people are starting to notice, and it's making everything feel even more intense. It's not just about what happened that night anymore. It's about how fast everything escalated after. The internet didn't wait for facts, didn't wait for confirmation. It moved instantly. Names started circulating, theories started building, and narratives started forming before law enforcement even finished putting the timeline together. That kind of pressure changes everything, because now it's not just a real-life situation. It's a public situation playing out in front of millions. And when that happens, every move gets watched differently. Every reaction gets judged, every silence gets questioned, and every word gets analyzed. That's where things get complicated. Because while people online are trying to piece things together, the reality is still unfolding behind the scenes. Investigations take time, facts take time, but the internet doesn't slow down for any of that. At the same time, you've got a growing spotlight on the circle itself. Not just the artists, but everyone connected. People are looking deeper, paying closer attention, trying to understand the dynamics, the history, and the relationships. And that kind of attention brings pressure. Real pressure that doesn't just go away overnight. It also highlights something bigger about the current era. The line between street situations and public platforms is thinner than ever. What happens in real life doesn't stay there anymore. It instantly becomes content, discussion, and sometimes even entertainment for people watching from the outside. That shift changes how everything plays out, because now it's not just about handling a situation, it's about handling it while the whole world is watching. And that can push emotions even higher. It can make reactions stronger, faster, and sometimes more unpredictable. That's why this moment feels so heavy, because it's not just one incident. It's the mix of real-life consequences, public attention, and unresolved questions all hitting at the same time. And until answers come out, until accountability is clear, and until emotions settle down, that tension is going to stay right where it is. Ever since that night, people haven't just been watching what's being said, they've been watching what's not being said too. The silence from certain people, posts going up and then disappearing, little messages that don't name anything directly but still feel connected somehow. That kind of energy keeps the tension alive even when nobody is speaking openly. It's like everything is being felt without being fully explained, and people are picking up on every small detail. At the same time, fans are digging deep. Old clips, old photos, old lyrics, trying to connect dots that might not even be there. That's how fast everything moves now. One incident turns into a full timeline breakdown online within hours. But here's where it gets dangerous. When the internet starts building its own story before facts are confirmed, things can spiral quickly. Names start getting thrown around, narratives start forming, and suddenly perception starts feeling real, even when nothing has been verified. That's why this situation feels so unpredictable right now. There's the official investigation happening behind the scenes, and then there's the internet running its own version at the same time, and those two don't always match up. Meanwhile, people close to the situation are moving different. You can see it if you pay attention. Less posting, more low-key movement, staying out of the spotlight. That shift says a lot without saying anything at all. Because when something serious happens, the loudest reactions aren't always online. They show up in real life through how people move and what they choose not to show. And there's another angle people are starting to focus on: security. Because if something like this can happen in a high-end restaurant, in a busy area, a place known for status and visibility, that raises serious questions instantly. With cameras everywhere and people all around, it raises a serious question. Is anywhere really safe when you're moving with that level of visibility? A lot of artists and public figures are already rethinking everything: how they step out, where they go, who they keep around them, and how they move in public spaces. Because it only takes one moment, one situation, one wrong person in the room, and everything can change instantly. That's the part that hits different for people watching this unfold. It's not just about one person. It's about how fast things can turn, no matter how successful or careful someone tries to be. And through all of this, one thing hasn't changed. People are still waiting for updates from the hospital, waiting for law enforcement to make a move, waiting to see if any statements come out, and waiting to see if things calm down, or if they escalate even more. Because right now, it could go either way. And that uncertainty is what's keeping everybody locked in and watching closely. So as this continues to unfold, just remember, there's always more happening behind the scenes than what makes it online. And when the full story finally comes out, it might hit completely different than what people are expecting right now. Stay tuned, because this situation is still developing, and the next update could change everything. If you've been following this, drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think things are going to calm down, or is this just the beginning? Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, so more people can stay informed on what's really going on. Stay sharp and stay safe out there.